Today we'll be talking about monopolies and anti-competitive markets. First, I'll be talking about pure monopolies. Pure monopoly is a market controlled by one seller with a good or a service that has no close substitutes. This means that they have no competition and that the good is one of a kind. This one-of-a-kind good keeps competitors out of the market. They do this with the help of high barrier of entry. These high barriers make it almost impossible for competitors to get in, leaving the owner of the one-of-a-kind good in complete power. Monopolies can charge higher prices or use price discrimination. Next, we have oligopoly. Oligopolies occur when a few firms have a large majority of the market share. A good example of this are the two biggest soda firms in the industry, Coke and Pepsi. They both sell fairly similar products. Although they are competitors, they both use game theories and pricing policies to help enhance their profits. These give high barriers to enter the market and avoid other firms from entering the market because it will ultimately decrease Coke and Pepsi's economic profit. Along with this comes antitrust laws. Antitrust laws prevent monopolies and promote competitiveness. They can also prevent companies from making anti-competitive deals with suppliers. The next type of monopolies are natural monopolies. Natural monopolies happen due to effectiveness. A fairly common start for natural monopolies happen because the government limits competition to make things cheaper. A good example of this is utility. Having multiple power companies with multiple power lines would be wasteful when one company only needs one line. Having this one company be the provider of utilities and power would not be a bad thing, but rather would be cheaper and less wasteful. Another way that monopolies may not be considered as a bad thing is through the use of patents. Patents allow for innovation and have to be renewed every 20 years, allowing for other people to enter the market. Monopolies can also be a very bad thing as well. One big problem could be they are allowed to set any price they choose, even if the product is inferior to the product promised. Monopolies can also allow for an unfair increase of prices. A good example of this is insulin prices for diabetics. Even if this product is easy and cheap to make, because there is only one supplier and a high demand for it, they can set the price at whatever they'd like. Monopolies can also cause economic problems like an increase in inflation and unfair distribution. They also affect the free market economy. Lastly, it can cause a high increase in shortages of supplies that are direly needed.